Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to do something really cool. We're going to take this ancient science Vastu Shastra and see how its powerful secrets can actually work for us today in our apartments, our condos, our modern and sometimes pretty tight living spaces.
So let's just get right into it. Think about it. This is an ancient science of architecture. How in the world can it apply to, say, a two-bedroom apartment in the middle of a bustling city? Most of us aren't building these huge houses on big plots of land anymore, right? So, do the old rules even matter? Well, the answer might actually surprise you.
All right. First up, let's tackle Vastu for modern apartments. And this isn't about trying to shove old rules where they don't fit. Nope. It's about understanding a really key shift, a big adaptation Vastu makes when you go from a traditional house to a high-rise flat. The whole game changes when you're living, 20 stories up.
And here it is. This is a huge shift in thinking. In a normal house, a standalone house, everything's about the front door. That's where the energy comes in. But in an apartment, the main source of light, of air, what Vastu calls prana or life force, it's coming from your balcony. Suddenly, the direction of your balcony becomes the most important factor for the entire energy of your home. Crazy, right?
Okay, now let's talk about a big myth. You hear this term, no demolition Vastu, thrown around a lot. But the reality, it's a little more complicated. While yeah, you're not going to be tearing down entire walls, if you have a really big Vastu problem, say a toilet in a super sensitive energy zone, you might need to do what's called a little surgery. It's a small, targeted fix, but it's sometimes absolutely necessary to get the energy flowing right again.
Okay, next up, the 3 pillars of life. This is where it gets really personal. Vastu teaches that our homes are basically mirrors. They reflect the 3 most important areas of our lives: our health, our wealth, and our relationships. Once you get this connection, you can actually start using your own space to actively make those areas better.
So check this out. Specific spots in your home are directly wired to your finances. Take the southeast, for example. You can activate it with a fire element, like a simple red bulb, and that can give a boost to luxury and glamour in your life. Or the north, that's the zone for opportunities. Adding a water element there, even just a poster of a waterfall, can get things moving. And the west, that's for prosperity. A couple of wind chimes can really invite that energy in. See? These are simple tweaks, but they can be super powerful.
And it's not just money, it's your health too. This is so fascinating. Vastu actually draws a direct line between the layout of your home and your own body. Each direction corresponds to a different body part. So if there's an imbalance or some kind of blockage in a certain area of your house, it could, believe it or not, show up as a real physical health issue.
And let me give you a perfect real-world example of this. There was this guy, a client, who was just at his wit's end. His numerology chart looked amazing. Everything was pointing to success. But he had these constant stomach problems that no doctor, no modern medicine could figure out. So the Vastu consultant comes in and asks just one simple question. She didn't look at his charts, she didn't ask about his diet, she just asked, what is in the exact center of your home? She had a hunch the problem wasn't with him, it was with his house. Because remember, the center of the home represents the stomach.
And the answer? Wow. A well. A deep, empty well right in the stomach of his home with a little temple built over it. This massive Vastu flaw was the energetic root of his physical pain. It's just a stunning example of how deeply our living space can affect our physical health.
Okay, so we've covered health and wealth. Now let's talk about relationships. And you guessed it, just like the other 2, different zones in your home are in charge of your connections with people. As you can see here, the northwest is crucial for a marriage or partnership. The east is all about family harmony and your social life. And the south and southwest? That's your business network, your clients, your buyers.
Okay, I know, this can all feel like a lot. You might be looking around your apartment right now thinking, where do I even start? But don't worry, there are 2 super powerful master remedies that can improve the vibe of pretty much any home, no matter what the layout is.
These 2 are the absolute fundamentals. First, clear the center. The very middle of your home, what's called the Brahmastan, needs to be clean and totally empty. Think of it like the heart of the house. It needs space to pump energy out to all the other rooms. Second, purify the key directions, east, north, and northeast. Keep these areas clean, light, and uncluttered. This is where all that good, positive, life-giving energy comes in.
All right, so we know what to do. Now let's flip it and talk about what not to do.
Just by correcting these 5 super common mistakes, you can often feel an immediate, really noticeable shift for the better in your home's atmosphere.
And here they are, the top 5 Vastu mistakes that so many of us make, and we don't even realize the subtle negative effect they're having. Let's break them down one by one.
Okay, let's run through these quickly. Number 1, deity photos on your main gate. Look, symbols like Om or a swastika are great, they're welcoming, but a deity's energy can be so intense that it actually blocks other good energies from coming in. Number 2, the sink and stove in a single line in the kitchen. Classic mistake. That's fire and water clashing, which creates tension. Just put a small partition between them. Easy fix. Number 3, clutter under the stairs. That space needs to be clear so energy can flow upward through your home. Never, ever put a storeroom or a toilet there. Number 4, sleeping with your head pointing north. Your body has its own magnetic field, and so does the Earth. Pointing your head north creates a repelling force that can mess with your sleep and your health. And finally, number 5, going overboard with the color black. Especially in small apartments, black just soaks up light and energy. It can energetically slow everything down. So take a look around. Do you spot any of these in your place? The good news is they're all pretty easy to fix.
And as we wrap up, let's talk about something deeper. Because beyond all the rules and directions, the journey into Vastu is really about personal transformation. It's about how this knowledge changes you.
There's this great quote from an expert who said that her teacher, her guru, made her believe in herself, and that was the biggest change. And that just hits the nail on the head, right? The ultimate goal isn't just about moving your couch. It's about using this ancient wisdom to rearrange your life and build a solid sense of confidence from the inside out.
So at the end of the day, here's the big idea. Your home isn't just 4 walls and a roof. It's a living map of your life. It reflects your journey and it also influences it. So take a good look around you. What is your space telling you right now? And what's one small change you could make today to start redrawing that map?